The 10 best Fiverr gigs that you can learn how to do. Let's get started. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is David, websitecreativepro.com. So a lot of you know that I'm a very successful Fiverr seller, and I really like the Fiverr platform because it's a marketplace that does a great job at driving organic sales to your gig. And also having a Fiverr gig is a fantastic way to monetize any website or YouTube channel. So what are the best gigs to get started with as a beginner? Now, I'm saying get started with, not get started with no experience required, etc. Because honestly, guys, it doesn't work like that. Like, value is a function of money. Like, you have to learn how to do something. You have to develop some type of skill, then translate that skill into a Fiverr gig. But Fiverr is fantastic because there are so many types of gigs that you can create, that you can get insanely good at. So where are some of the best gigs to get started with? Let's begin. Number one is make a website. So there's a lot of different website builders as well as WordPress that you can learn how to use. I have a bunch of tutorials on my channel where I show you how to use website builders and WordPress. And so you can just get good at creating websites with these different types of tools. So if we take a look at like Squarespace, right over here, I will build a responsive Squarespace website, $200, 300 reviews. This looks fantastic. So we open this up, top rated seller. We take a look, they have 6 orders in the queue, so that's $200 times 6, and that's just the basics. So they have standard, which is $450, and premium. If we go over to Wix, look at this. We have 186 reviews, 1,000 reviews. I will design your Wix website. If we take a look at WordPress website, here you go, a bunch of different gigs where people will create a WordPress website for you. Anyways, that's number one. You can just learn how to create a website using a website builder like Wix or Squarespace, or using WordPress. Maybe I would specialize perhaps in like a specific theme. Like if we take a look at like Divi theme, for example, which is a very popular builder. Look at this Divi theme. 232 reviews, 98, 39, 65. So for example, I will design a responsive WordPress website with the Divi theme. We take a look at it, and this again, 6 orders. And so we have 75 as standard or basic, 195 as standard, 295 as premium, and it's only like, look at this, 10 pages. That's nothing. I can create that. Like I create that in my free tutorials here on YouTube. So anyways, that's number one, create a website. Number two is unboxing. Yes, unboxing. So unboxing products is an actual gig category within Fiverr. The reason why this would be successful is that there's plenty of companies, plenty of people who have Shopify stores or small businesses, and they want that publicity. They want to have authentic videos of people opening and unboxing and talking about their specific product. And that's where this comes in. And so if we take a look at this, I will unbox, demonstrate, or review your product. So this person has 3 orders in the queue, basic $150. So he gets the product and he gets $150. Standard is $225. Premium is $300. And so 60 seconds, that's it. Voiceover recording, graphic enhanced product demonstration for 60-second video. That's crazy. And there's 3 orders in the queue. And so obviously to get started with this, you're obviously going to need a proper DSLR camera or a mirrorless camera, a good microphone. Then you're just going to have to bring your own personal style. So the thing is, like, you know, this works because this is like an older gentleman, so it's like has that more authentic review, but you can create something more professional, like a professional YouTuber who does unboxing videos, or something more authentic, something more simple, etc., to figure out where you fit in. But anyways, that's number 2, unboxing videos. Number 3 is Photoshop. So this should be no surprise. Photoshop is always an in-demand skill because 1, people are not willing to pay for Photoshop, and 2, people are not willing to learn how to use Photoshop. But if you're willing to go through the process to really master Photoshop, you can do so within 2 or 3 months and really get good at what you're doing quickly and easily. And the way I would approach Photoshop is I would learn Photoshop and specialize in something specific. Like I really like this. I will retouch Photoshop business headshot corporate photo. This is like keyword stuffing right here, but what they're doing is like, all right, I'm doing headshots and corporate portrait photos. That's what I do. Okay, so if that's you, this is your gig. I will Photoshop and photo manipulate your images, okay, over there. Or like this gig over here, I will Photoshop interior objects. I will add and remove objects. That's a little bit differently than obviously like retouching up photos. Or this one, I will create outstanding photo manipulation and Photoshop editing, etc. So I would learn Photoshop, but more specifically, I would take a look at Fiverr, see what is selling, see what people want, and then specialize into one aspect of Photoshop and then go that route. So anyways, that's number 3, Photoshop. Number 4 is SEO audit. So an SEO audit is a technical audit of the on-page SEO of a website. So breaking down the blog posts, pages, and any glaring technical issues that need to be addressed to help improve a website's ranking and the overall user experience. It is insanely helpful to any website owner who's serious about managing their rankings and improving their website, particularly beginners. So we just take a look at this. I will create an SEO audit report and action plan. And so we have 8,000 reviews, 17 orders in the queue. The basic plan is $25, $45, and $110. This person is a full-time Fiverr seller, and they are making a very nice income off Fiverr. So how do you get started providing an SEO audit, report, etc.? So there's a bunch of different tools that you should be aware of. The first one is Screaming Frog, and this is my personal go-to tool for when I do SEO audits. It's very technical. It's not pretty. It's going to look like this. It's going to give you a bunch of information, and there are plenty of tutorials here on YouTube that can teach you how to use Screaming Frog. Take this information, break it down into something that's actionable that you can hand over to a client. You could also sign up for something like Ahrefs, which is a little bit expensive, but they do have their own built-in SEO audit that you can just run for a client and then get a report. That's probably like the quickest and easiest way, but again, you should still take the time to understand SEO. There's also linkassist.com, which is this is actually something that I think a lot of audit gigs use, where you can sign up for Link Assist and then you can run their website auditor software and get a report and then just hand off the report. So it's like plug and play, quick and easy. But again, I definitely recommend becoming an expert in this instead of just signing up to Link Assist and then just downloading the software and then running someone's website and then you don't know what you're talking about and you're not able to really provide value. And then the last one is SEO Optimizer, is another piece of software that you can use to help build a report for someone, to help give someone actionable data. But in general, what I personally would do is I probably like really understand Screaming Frog, and then I would use either Ahrefs or I would use Link Assist to help develop the actual report, because reports take a lot of time. Anyways, that's number 4, SEO audits. Number 5 is Teach English. I think Fiverr is very underrated as a language learning platform. There are plenty of gigs where you can learn English, Spanish, any language from a native speaker you can find on Fiverr. But I think English is obviously a lot of people who watch my videos are all native speakers, so you can jump on Fiverr and teach English. Now, it's not as easy as it sounds. You are going to have to craft materials and lessons and provide an engaging experience for your specific students, and you are going to have to ask permission from Fiverr in order to share your contact details, for like sharing Skype and Zoom, etc. Because Fiverr wants you to stay on the platform. They don't want you going around, so you just have to get permission. But I will teach you English on Skype, and so we have 4 orders in the queue, and we have $30 for a 1-hour lesson, $110 for 4 lessons, and then $120 for 4 lessons, but you get a little bit more support. So anyways, that's number 5, teaching English. Number 6 is proofreading. So as a professional blogger, as someone who manages a large website where in addition to creating videos, I also blog, I find proofreaders essential and incredibly valuable because I am just incompetent with grammar. Even though I'm a native speaker, I just like your and your, I always get that mixed up. It's like, oh man, I made that mistake and this mistake. So anyways, if you're insanely detail oriented and you're really good at grammar, and you think that this is something that you just have a knack for, then consider jumping in and creating a proofreading gig, because I can tell you, as someone who's hired proofreaders, this is a very helpful service, and it's an in-demand service. It's not massively in demand with the 75 reviews, 80 reviews, 187. It's not like the biggest niche, but like it's a good niche. There's definitely demand for it. So right here, I would professionally copy edit and proofread your book, for example. So we have 5 orders in the queue, etc. And then we can sign up right here and purchase her gig. And so with proofreading, I definitely would specialize. So she's copy editing and proofreading your book, but you could set up one where it's like your blog post or whatever it is you want to do. So I would kind of, niche down and make something a little bit more specific. Like I would proofread your scientific or technical manuscript. I would proofread Italian content, proofread your book,
proofread German text, etc. So there's plenty of room within the proofreading niche. You just need to like pick your niche and specialize. So anyways, that's number 6, proofreading. Number 7 is article writing. So article writing, again, is insanely helpful to anyone who has a large, successful website. And I'm not saying that to brag, but I'm saying like as someone who has a large, successful website, 2 of them, creating content is time consuming and you can't do everything yourself. And like outsourcing writers is one of the best things you can do to grow your blog quick. But you need to find good writers who actually write the content themselves. There's not spinning the content. They're not stealing the content and giving you some plagiarized article, etc. So if you want to jump in and start creating articles, I definitely recommend this because this is an in-demand service that people find very helpful and are willing to pay a fair rate. So let's just take a look at this. So I will write you an article or blog post that is SEO friendly. And so honestly, you should kind of understand how to structure a page appropriately. You should know the differences between H2 tags, H3, H4, H5, H1 title tags. You should understand how to incorporate specific keywords into the article, etc. For me personally, as a buyer, I don't really care about this up to 2 focus keywords. Typically, I would like go to like standard, $60, 900 words. I would take it, then I would take the 900 words, then I would make it into 1,600 words to 2,000 word article, etc. That's kind of like how I would approach it. And so the goal is just to have a style and understand what your clients need. And then over time, you're going to end up building a relationship with specific clients, because I can tell you as someone who hires writers, I've been working with the same writers for a long time, and so that's why this can be a very successful gig, because if you're able to provide a quality service, then this person is, and they have great reviews, she's going to get the same people ordering from her again and again and again. And that's the advantage of being an article writer, where it becomes a nice like a really nice little side income. So anyways, that's number 7, article writing. Number 8 is spirituality and healing. So this is a category under the lifestyle category. We just come over here, and then you can come down here and find spirituality and healing. And this is just, a lot of these categories over here are very, very strange, where we have like astrology and reading, spirituality and healing, etc. So you definitely should check it out if you're into this sort of thing, like if you're into numerology or chakras or astral projection or meditation. There's tons of gigs that are doing really well that you would be quite surprised by. So for example, like let's just come down here. I would do mind reading and telepathy soulmate reading. What? I was like, this is on Fiverr? Really? Okay. Opens up. 4 orders in queue. We have $5, $15. I will implant your 5 wishes into your partner's mind. $30. I will do mind healing and remove all types of negative forces. And so this is like, if you're into this sort of thing, I don't mean to make fun of it. If you're into this sort of thing, Fiverr is a great platform to find your known little niche to provide a very unique, strange, creative service. So anyways, that's number 8, spirituality and healing. Number 9 is virtual assistant. So with Fiverr, you can definitely create a virtual assistant gig and start selling your services on Fiverr. And a virtual assistant is very helpful for people like myself who run an online business, and I know a virtual assistant can come in and take over some specific aspect of what I'm doing. For me personally, email is a big headache for me, because I get a ton of emails related to this YouTube channel for companies like web hosts and domain name registrars, and just people wanting me to do affiliate promotions. I get a ton of emails related to my other large website, etc. And so how do you get started with Fiverr? So you have 2 options. So you could do something like this, where you create a broad gig where you're just broadly going to be someone's virtual assistant. And set up here, I would do an hour of work for you, $15 standard. I would do 10 hours of work, $100, and then I would do 10 hours a week for 1 month, $400. But because this is broad, this is why, yes, exactly. So that's why she is like, do not create an order without messaging me. Reason she says that is because it's a broad gig, and we know how it is. Like, you'll have one person that they think, oh, this will only take an hour, but it's actually going to take 2 hours. That's why, they had it laid out where, message me and create an order without, message me first and then create an order, so we can discuss and negotiate on a specific price. But, personally, I would just narrow down and become a little bit more niche specific with which service you're going to be providing as a virtual assistant, like this one. Great example. I would do Excel, data entry, copy and paste, etc. So that's how I would personally approach virtual assistant. So anyways, that's number 9, become a virtual assistant. Number 10 is selling music. So if you're talented with playing the guitar or drums or making electronic music, whatever, there is some opportunity for you to jump into Fiverr and create a gig. Obviously, you're going to need the talent and skill with playing a musical instrument, and you're also going to need some type of high quality professional microphone in order to record the audio. But if you have those two things, definitely take a look at Fiverr, because there are a lot of niche specific gigs that you can jump in and create. So for example, this is just doing a quick search for guitar. And so right here, I will record a professional guitar track. I will record a soulful guitar track. I will record electric or acoustic guitar. I will play bass or guitar on tracks that you provide. I will play professional studio quality audio. I will play whatever, lead guitar or rhythm guitar, etc. So if you have some type of specific talent, you can jump in and create a bunch of gigs related to, say, playing the guitar. And you have one gig where you're like, I will play rhythm and lead guitar. Another one, maybe if you know how to play the bass, you can say that. Soulful audio track, you have one gig about, I'll play the electric guitar. This one's for the acoustic guitar. Whatever, there are plenty of opportunities. So if you have some type of talent with a musical instrument and the right audio equipment in order to record high quality audio, so you can provide a good file that the person can download, definitely take a look at Fiverr. So anyways, let's just jump into this. I will record the most soulful guitar solo possible. So 5 days delivery, 3 orders in queue, HQ audio file, which is fantastic, which is you can actually use that for proper commercial projects, and they allow commercial use, etc. And then within the gig description right down here, you can take a look at them playing in the video up top there they have on Fiverr, or check out their YouTube channel, etc. And so anyways, that is number 10, selling music.
Alright, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider subscribing and hit that like button. And also check the links in the description for other Fiverr videos I've created, as well as my Fiverr course. Now, honestly, my Fiverr course is great and it's affordable. It's not one of those $500 courses where I'm going to promise you the moon and the stars and all that stuff. It's just a straightforward, honest course that's similar to the public videos that I create here on YouTube, where I just tell it like it is. And so that course I just created because I get asked the same questions over and over and over. So I just figured I'd create a nice, helpful, comprehensive course where I share literally everything I know about how to get started on Fiverr and just get started creating an awesome gig that people love. Anyways, I'm starting to ramble, so I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. My name is David, websitecreativepro.com. Thank you and have a good day. Bye-bye.